Did you know that the blue whale is the largest animal on Earth? No, we're not joking here. Fact 1. The blue whale is the largest animal on Earth. This magnificent creature can grow up to a staggering 100 feet in length. To put that into perspective, that's about the same length as 3 school buses parked end to end. And if you're wondering about the weight, hold on to your hats because a blue whale can weigh as much as 200 tons. That's about the same weight as 33 elephants. Now that's a lot of peanuts. Here are 30 ocean animal facts that might surprise you. But the blue whale isn't the only giant of the sea. Let's take a dive a little deeper and meet the mysterious giant squid. Fact 2. Giant squids have the largest eyes of any animal, measuring up to 10 inches in diameter. That's eyes as large as dinner plates. Yes, you heard that right, dinner plates. The giant squid is one of the ocean's most enigmatic creatures. These elusive giants can reach up to 43 feet in length, with tentacles that account for most of that size. And when we're talking about heavyweights, we can't leave out the ocean sunfish, or mola mola. Fact 3. The mola mola is extraordinary fish, with its unique flattened shape, and is the heaviest bony fish in the world. It can weigh up to a whopping 5,000 pounds. That's about the same weight as a small car. These marine giants remind us that there's a whole other world beneath the ocean's surface, a world filled with creatures that defy our wildest imaginations. They challenge our understanding of life on Earth and beckon us to explore and learn more about the incredible biodiversity that exists beneath the waves. So, the sea is home to some of the largest animals on the planet. Isn't that fascinating? Have you ever wondered about the peculiarities of ocean animals? Well, let's dive right in, shall we? Let's start with the clownfish. Now, these little guys are not just famous for their starring roles in animated movies, they've got some real-life magic up their fins. Fact 4. Clownfish can actually change their gender from male to female. Yes, you heard that right. This transformation is triggered by social hierarchy and environmental factors. Talk about being adaptable. Now, from the gender-fluid clownfish, let's swim over to the seahorses. These creatures are quite the doting dads of the ocean. In a surprising twist of nature, fact 5, seahorses and sea dragons are the only species in which the male gives birth to the offspring. Imagine that. The males carry the eggs in a special pouch until they're ready to hatch. Now isn't that a marvelous role reversal? And speaking of marvelous, have you ever seen a leafy sea dragon? These creatures are the grand masters of disguise in the ocean. Fact 6. The leafy sea dragon camouflages itself to resemble seaweed. They've perfected the art of camouflage to an incredible degree. Their bodies are covered in leaf-like appendages, making them look more like floating seaweed than a tasty snack for predators. This stunning adaptation allows them to hide in plain sight, evading predators with ease. But the marvels of marine life don't stop there. Fact 7. We have creatures like the mantis shrimp, with one of the fastest movements in the animal kingdom, striking with the force of a bullet. From the largest of whales to the tiniest of seahorses, each creature in our ocean has unique abilities and behaviors that set them apart. Some might seem strange, some fascinating, but all of them are part of the rich tapestry of life beneath the waves. Are you ready to dive deeper into the dangerous side of the ocean? Let's start with the box jellyfish. This creature is as fascinating as it is deadly. Fact 8. The box jellyfish's venom is among the most lethal in the world, is capable of killing a human within minutes. Yet despite its deadly reputation, the box jellyfish doesn't use its venom maliciously. It's merely a defense mechanism, a severe warning to potential predators. Back off. Now let's swim over to our next dangerous dweller, the blue-ringed octopus. Fact 9, small but mighty, this little cephalopod carries enough venom to kill 26 adult humans within minutes. Their vibrant blue rings are a mesmerizing sight, but they're also a clear and stark warning. When threatened, these octopuses flash their blue rings as a sign of danger. So when it comes to the blue-ringed octopus, admiring from a safe distance is the best policy. Next up, we have the electric eel. Fact 10. These creatures can generate electric shocks up to 600 volts. That's 5 times the power of a standard wall socket. But don't worry, they aren't roaming the ocean zapping everything in sight. They use their shocking abilities primarily for hunting and self-defense. Now, let's turn the spotlight to a creature that, despite its menacing name, is relatively harmless. Meet the vampire squid. Despite what its name might suggest, it doesn't suck blood. Fact 11. Instead, it feeds primarily on marine snow, which is organic debris that falls to the ocean floor. So, the vampire squid might be a bit of a misnomer, but it's still an interesting character in our oceanic cast. So there you have it, a brief glimpse into the ocean's deadly and dangerous inhabitants. But remember, these creatures aren't villains. They're simply playing their roles in the vast and intricate ecosystem that is our ocean. Remember, not everything that looks dangerous is, and vice versa. Ever wondered how marine animals communicate and navigate vast distances? Let's dive right in and start with the humpback whales. These gentle giants are the maestros of the ocean world. Fact 12. The humpback whale communicate through intricate songs that can last for hours. That's right, hours. These melodies are so complex they would give Beethoven a run for his money. And what's more fascinating is that these songs are not just for show, they serve a purpose. It's believed these serenades are used to attract mates, establish territory, and even pass on information. Now let's turn the spotlight to dolphins. These smart swimmers don't just use their eyes to navigate the deep blue. Fact 13. Dolphins use echolocation. This is a technique similar to sonar used by submarines. Dolphins emit sounds that bounce off objects in their environment, and they interpret the returning echo to determine the object's size, shape, and distance. Now that's a superpower I wish I had. Now let's talk about the long-distance champions of the sea turtles. Fact 14. Sea turtles can migrate thousands of miles between nesting and feeding grounds. These reptiles are the true nomads of the ocean. Imagine swimming all that way without a GPS. Some species, like the leatherback sea turtle, can travel more than 10,000 miles in a year. That's like swimming from New York to Sydney and back again, and they do this guided by the Earth's magnetic field, using it as a natural compass. Now that's a journey. So, whether it's through intricate songs, superpowered echolocation, or epic migrations, sea creatures have their unique ways of getting around and communicating. It's a reminder that the underwater world is not just filled with beauty, but with fascinating complexity too. Ocean animals have their unique ways of getting around and communicating, making their world as complex as ours. Ready for some of the most bizarre facts about marine life? Let's dive into the uncanny world beneath the waves. Picture a pair of sea otters floating on their backs, drifting off to sleep. But there's a twist. Fact 15. Sea otters hold hands while they sleep. This adorable behavior isn't just for show, it helps them to stay together and not drift apart while they're in dreamland. From the sweetly strange we move to the utterly unusual, the Portuguese man-o-war. Fact 16. The Portuguese man-o-war is actually a floating colony of organisms, each with a specific job. Some are responsible for floating, others for capturing food, and some for reproduction. Talk about teamwork, right? Fact 17. Sea pens looks like a quill, hence the name sea pen. Sea pens are typically found in deep-sea environments, and are often anchored to the seafloor by a bulbous base. They use their feathery structures to capture plankton and other small organisms from the surrounding water for food. And speaking of strange survival strategies, have you heard about the sea cucumber's rather dramatic defense mechanism? Fact 18. When threatened, the sea cucumber ejects its internal organs out of its body to distract predators. It's as if they're saying, "Here, have some internal organs, I've got to run." The good news is, they can regenerate these organs later. It's a wild world down there. Fact 19. Sharks have been around for over 400 million years, predating the dinosaurs. The ocean is full of surprises, isn't it? From the cute to the creepy, the cunning to the downright bizarre, marine life never ceases to amaze and entertain us. But remember, these incredible creatures depend on us to protect their home. So let's do our part to keep the ocean's wonders alive and thriving. Fact 20. Jellyfish are 95% water and do not have a brain, heart, or bones. Fact 21. Narwhals are often called the unicorns of the sea, due to the long tusk protruding from their heads. Narwhals do have a horn, although it is not technically a horn, but rather a long, spiral tusk that protrudes from their heads. The tusk is actually an elongated tooth that grows out through the narwhal's upper lip, and can measure up to 10 feet, 3 meters, in length. Fact 22. Coral reefs are home to an estimated 25% of all marine species, despite covering less than 1% of the ocean floor. Fact 23. Cuttlefish have the ability to change color and texture to blend in with their surroundings. Fact 24. Orcas, also known as killer whales, are actually the largest species of dolphin. Fact 25. Octopuses have 3 hearts and blue blood due to the presence of copper-based hemocyanin. Fact 26. Some species of anglerfish have a bioluminescent lure dangling from their forehead, which they use to attract prey in the dark depths of the ocean. Let's go back to the clownfish for our next fact. Fact 27. Clownfish form symbiotic relationships with sea anemones, receiving protection from predators in exchange for food. That was quite a deep dive, wasn't it? We've surfed through the majesty of the blue whale, the largest animal on Earth, and delved into the unique parental roles of the seahorses. Before we dive into our final set of facts, remember to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Fact 28. The blue tang can paralyze predators. The blue tang, popularized by the character Dory in the movie Finding Nemo, has a unique defense mechanism. When threatened, it can release a toxin from glands near its tail called ciguatoxin, which can paralyze potential predators. The Dumbo octopus, named after the Disney character Dumbo due to its ear-like fins, is one of the deepest living octopus species. Fact 29. The oarfish can be found at depths of up to 13,000 feet, 4,000 meters, in the ocean's abyssal zones. Finally, fact 30. The oarfish is one of the longest fish in the ocean. The oarfish, also known as the king of herrings, can reach lengths of up to 56 feet, 17 meters. Oarfish are rarely seen alive as they typically inhabit deep waters and only come to the surface when sick or dying. Each fact is a testament to the astounding diversity and resilience of life beneath the waves. Every creature, from the smallest zooid to the heaviest mola mola, contributes to the rich tapestry that is our ocean. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the fascinating world of ocean animals. Until next time, keep exploring.